Scariest thing ever. It's day 3. Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm going to be here for 30 days sharing little thought and action hacks. It's my new name for them. One a day. Hold on one second. I just want to put something cool. And I'm loving those of you who have been showing up. A few little housekeeping things. One, a giant thank you to those of you who have been sharing these videos. I invite you, if you are watching, if you hear something that you think either your audience or your community or your friend or someone you know out there could use hearing that too, I invite you to share it. You just click the little share button down below the video and send that off either in a personal message or on a page or wherever you want. I invite you also to leave your comment in the comment section on the right there. Even if you're not watching live, I am trying to follow up with all of the comments and questions that come in throughout the day after I've been here live. And so don't hesitate to leave your thoughts over there, and I will do my best to reach out to you. And I've also been sharing at the end of the other videos, but I want to kind of put it in up front here, that if as you're watching and as time is going on, you realize that you want to dive into some of this stuff more personally around anywhere that you're feeling stuck, or a big project that you're working on, or something you just have this big idea that you're ready to take some action on, the invitation is out there to set up a time to chat, to have a strategy session if it feels like something you want. And you can set that up over at my website. It's allegrastein.com/coaching. I'll put it in the comments section, so it's over there now. And I'll just make sure that gets over there. And so I invite you to head on over. There's no strings attached. And in fact, the first time we talk is just kind of like a quick little chat to see if there's even a fit. But I would love to connect with you if you want to maybe dive in and really do some awesome work together. So today's little hack, and if you're here and you want to say hi over in the comments, that would be awesome, because otherwise I'm just staring at this little eyeball and it shows that 3 of you are watching, but I'm like, who's out there? So when you hop on, say hi in the comments and I will pay attention to those. So today's topic, like I shared before, is something that I call the scariest thing ever. And to illustrate this, I have a couple of stories. I guess I would love to start by asking you, what is something that you're working on that feels a little bit edgy? What is an action that you know you need to be taking or want to be taking that you are a bit scared around, that feels just kind of terror-excitifying? Hi, Karen! I see you there. Awesome. Glad you're watching. You know, what is that little thing that's like, oh, I'm just scared. What are people going to think? What's going to happen? And okay, so here's the story. Yesterday, I had a session with someone who I had just met, and she was amazing. Like, without giving away too much information, she had made these big changes in her life, and she's at this place now where she finally has the opportunity to do the thing that she has most wanted to do for ever. Like, she's just kind of set herself up to start taking action on this big dream that she's had. And we were talking about kind of where she's feeling stuck, and she was really, clearly able. Hi, Beth. So glad you're here. She was really easily, it was easy for her to identify her stuck point, which was publishing an article. And around that, there was this fear of, well, what are people going to think? And there might be something in your life too that you're like, well, what are people going to think? If I put myself out there, there's the chance that someone could come back and tell me that they don't agree with me, that they don't like it. It's kind of like when you decide to wear your favorite outfit that you're like, ooh, it's totally who I am, but I'm not sure if other people are going to get it. And there was just this edginess for her around it. So I asked her to tell me about the scariest thing she'd ever done. We kind of switched the topic, and she started telling me, thank you for the like and the thumbs up. She started telling me about just like these really amazing things that she had done Hi, Dawn. Oh, yay, Dawn. It's so good to see you. These amazing things that she'd done in her life, like mountaineering, and one of these scary moments when she was rock climbing, and how she had to kind of do this whole move. And she's talking about it like it's nothing, you know? And I said, well, what was the risk? You know, what could have happened? She's like, well, I could have died. And we paused in that moment and kind of soaked in this moment of, okay, so Karen, love that you're here. We soaked in this moment that there was this really scary thing in her past that she had done, she'd gotten through, she'd accomplished it. The risk being her life, like, right? It was like this huge moment, but she chose to do it and she did it. And when it was done, she felt so accomplished. And as we really thought about that and kind of just sat with it, it changed the whole context of the current fear that she's facing around this moment that she's looking at. And I'm curious for you, if there's something that's kind of scaring you right now, what is it? And how does it measure up to the scariest thing you've ever done, to the hardest thing you've ever done? And when you kind of zoom back on your life and can see those moments for yourself, it I don't know, I think it kind of makes things relative. Um, you know, for myself, I've done things that I thought were really hard. Like I joined the Peace Corps, and this is just for me. So this isn't compared to anything that you've been through, because I know we all have our stories and the things we've been through, and there's some incredible challenges and things that I know anyway, I'm not trying to compare what I've been through with what you have. But for me, you know, I joined the Peace Corps and I left a lot of my family and I lived in Europe for a couple years on my own. And that was this huge experience for me on lots of different levels. And then I came back and I moved to New York to join Teach for America. And Teach for America, I'll never forget this day that I had that was the hardest day teaching for me. And I lost it. I totally lost it in front of my kids and had you know, was really like, I can't believe I just did that. But it kind of, the things that I've done in my life that have been challenging kind of live in this list of like, well, that was hard. Oh, but this was even harder. And every time I made it through, I kind of have this thing in my head of like, no, I've done harder than this. You know, I can kind of compare it to the hardest thing that I've ever done or the most painful thing I've ever been through. And it's nice for me to have that list and to not forget those difficult things when I come up against moments like, you know, that in relation and relative to that aren't that, you know? So I just want to ask you, like, what is your 10? What is the hardest thing ever? And if that's a 10, how does what you're currently afraid of measure up to that? And that doesn't mean that you will or won't do it. It doesn't change kind of the action that you're going to take on it. But I just hope that the idea of measuring what you're experiencing fear around now may shift as you compare it to, you know, the other things in your life that you can kind of say, I've done that and I made it through it and I survived it and that was hard and I've done it hard before. And if I can do that, then I can most definitely do this. So that's my little hack for the day on my scariest thing. If you have any comments, any thoughts, and you want to share them on the side before I sign off, I am here. But, you know, no worries. Again, if you're not watching live, feel free to share them in the comments on the side, and I will be following up throughout the day. And again, I ask you to share this if there's someone you know who's feeling scared about some things and you know they've done big stuff before and you just want to be like, you can do this, look what you've done before. And if you want to dive into yourself and have a one-on-one session together, I've shared that link on the side too that you can visit. Okay? All right. You're all awesome. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for the thumbs up. And I'll see you then.